Problem with staying in shape, though, right, is that, like, wrestling fans are always assuming, like, I remember seeing you at WrestleMania, and you were in, like, literally looking at you as, like, some of the best shape ever.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And so, like, the thought is, like, oh, he's definitely coming back. Oh, yeah, because he's coming back. He's got to be coming back to the ring. That's why. And it's still nothing.
Yeah, no, that's still nothing.
You don't want, you don't want to do it?
No.
You should have heard, like, on Raw this week, they're hyping the Royal Rumble. And I'm sure you could feel the crowd reaction when you're, like, hyping up the Royal Rumble, and then, like, all the people in the arena are going, oh, my God, I think Shawn's going to say that he's coming back for the Royal Rumble. And then he goes, like, and with all that talent, it makes me realize I'm better off on the outside looking in. Yeah. And the crowd just went, oh.
How come you don't want to?
Well, because, I mean, it's one, I enjoyed doing it. I only wanted to do it while I enjoyed doing it. I, wanted to, it's a busy job. I mean.
But you don't think like the one match thing,
no,
like
and again,
I
get it. I could certainly do that. I don't know. I mean, that just, to me, it's harder to do that. It was easy. Again, it's like the getting up early. If I'm doing stuff on a regular basis and make it part of my habit, part of my routine, it's much easier for me to do something just every now and then, or once or twice a year. Just seems like a lot. I don't know.
Right. Are you afraid you wouldn't be good at it?
Huh?
Are you afraid you wouldn't be as good at it anymore?
Well, I mean, I suppose I don't overly think about that. I mean, there's always a chance, and you get older. That's I would imagine that it's something bound to happen in that respect. But it's just I don't know. That's just not sort of I don't know what to say, but the way that I roll. I mean,
Yeah.
And the thing is, I can remember. And again, I know I still come back and do stuff, but I can still remember. Sort of as a talent, sort of somewhat being offended when
the older guys would come in.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and take a big payoff or whatever. And so, and the thing is, I at least can say without a shadow of doubt, I've never booked myself. I've never called them and said, hey, I'd like to do something. Everything is a call, is an offer to me. Like you say, and I can't help what wrestling fans say, but it's like. People, it was a couple weeks ago doing stuff for Gavin Stone, and again, them asking me at the Rumble, I said, literally no one has talked to me about it. I recognize it. Again, you guys have a field day with it, and you guys talk about it, and you say that they've talked about it and talked to me, but no one has.
Right.
You know what I mean? What I mean? And I don't say that because, again, I'm also past that. I'm 51, and I've done the teasing thing. I've done the, I don't. Like one guy, like his wording was, I don't do anything. I'm just sitting here talking to him. There's nothing in my wording. I don't think enough to think about my wording.
Do they look for the hidden meaning in what you're saying?
There is no hidden meaning. And that's the thing. And that's honestly, again, because I get asked all the time. And because my wife doesn't understand either. It's like, dude, why don't we just go back and bang, make the payoff? And honestly, it's the greatest thing about, those matches is the after. Okay, it's the doing it. Mm-hmm. It's the doing it in the ring.
Right.
And then the after, when it's phenomenal, going, man, that was awesome. Sitting there with Taker and Michael Hayes and just basking in that, in that moment or whatever.
Did this, yeah.
You know what I mean? But the whole process up to it is just, and I wasn't even aware of this. Just last year, I sat there and all I did was walk out for 5 minutes. And my wife sat there and looked at me the other day. She goes, oh my goodness! She, it's for the first time the light went, and she goes, I understand it. She goes, it's the whole process going up that you don't want to go through. She said because, she goes, I've seen you do it. She said all you had to do was walk out for 5 minutes last year, and kick somebody, and you can do that with your eye closed, and you still went into your, that place where you get laser focused, you get quiet, and then the 6 weeks of training. It's just like
which is why doing it for a one-off doesn't work for you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I can't do it the way. And again, it doesn't make me special. It just makes me strange or weird or whatever. I can't do it the way everybody else does because it's if I'm going to do something, I want to put 100% of my time into it and make it good.
How long are you married? And did your wife see you when you were wrestling, or are you newly married?
For 18 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the level at which you were working, even when you left, you were still working at your highest level. So it's not like you can come back and phone it in. Yeah. Like people are going to expect.
Right, and exactly. Well, and let's put it this way: I could, and you'd get bashed for it, but at the same time, again, but who cares? I'd make a huge coin for it.
Right.
But I mean, but the thing is, I've never done it for that. You know what I mean? I can't. I mean, I just don't. Like I said, I mean, I get it. I'm a no good SOB. I was a sellout a long time ago. But all the stuff that people say about me. But look, I know the reasons why I wrestled, why I don't, and look, I don't want to. It's if I did it, I would be doing it just for the money now, and I don't want to. So I don't want to do that.
When there's a Photoshop a month ago, and I'm sure you heard about it, when like somebody put up a Photoshop of you and AJ Styles together at the Royal Rumble, and this is a match, and then AJ, I think, tweeted it out or something and got a whole bunch of people talking. When that happens, do you, even though you're not going to do it, do you like getting your name out there, or are you like, stop bringing it up?
No. One, I'm flattered by it. And I always look at it as, look, again, I've been very consistent since the time I retired about saying I wasn't going to. I've done no teasing. I've done no this. And still, 7 years later, it comes out despite my denial. Well, I mean, to me, that means you've done exactly what you're supposed to do in the world of entertainment, and that is leave them wanting more.
You said
and
when
that, you know, and honestly, for the young guys who are really good on for that, again, I now get to be like sort of their Flair, like Flair was to me, and Tully and those, you know what I mean? And to me, that's flattering. It does, again, our generation is different than the generation before. Generation before us, they didn't like it, made them feel old, and like I can still go, I'll never retire. But me and our generation, we're good with that, and it's flattering to us.